I'm so glad you decided to join us tonight at WKRZ. Frank, would you mind telling our audience what tonight's lineup is?
Welcome to WKRZ, also known as the Yesterday Show, coming to you live from our studio in London, England. My pleasure as always, Denise. Tonight we have a great broadcast like always. We have a correspondent in Oxford with the reaction to the Magna Carta, an expert witness making us all experts on what the Magna Carta says, and a surprise of an in-depth interview.
Sounds great, but before we do that, Billy has the weather.
Hi, I'm Ricky Vittel. I'm a meteorologist, and I'm here to give you the week's weather. Today seems like we will be having meteors coming out of the sky, and we expect around 20 tornadoes to happen over the week. There will also be a level 10 earthquake sometime today, which in my opinion won't be too bad. This is going to be a perfect day for the big signing of the Magna Carta. The temperature is going to be fantastic for the rest of the week. I predict it's going to be below zero for at least the week, which will be cold enough for the king to hold the signing outside. It will be very cloudy, so we don't expect the sun to come out at any part of the day. So lucky for us, the king won't get blind when he's going to sign the Magna Carta. We wouldn't want him to be blind because right before the signing, so he can see everything on the bill.
Thank you, Billy. Now we have Tim, one of our correspondents in Oxford, to give us some reaction to the Magna Carta.
Hello, I am Ricky Vittel, here reporting on the streets of England. Ma'am, can I please ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Why did the Magna Carta pass?
Well, you know, King John, he was kind of an abusive leader. He demanded so much money from us nobles, don't you think?
Yes, certainly. It's a bad situation. Why didn't you guys kill him?
Well, we wanted our complaints to be heard. We didn't just want, the monarchy all gone. We just wanted him to know there is something wrong with what's going on.
Thank you for your time, ma'am. Hi, I'm back, and I'm Ricky Vittel, and today we are reporting live from the streets of London, England. Hi, ma'am. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Allie.
And what is your social class?
I'm a peasant.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Certainly.
What is the Magna Carta?
It is a document listing the rights to make King John a better leader.
Oh, that's interesting. Did it actually make a difference?
Yes, it did, but he died a year later, so,
Oh, well, thank you for your time, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ricky Patel, back for the last time. We'll be interviewing someone off the streets of England. Hi, ma'am. What is your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Angelina Dvorkin, and I'm a noble's wife.
Thank you. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes, I guess.
How much did the First Barons' War affect King John signing the Magna Carta?
A lot. That was the final argument that forced him to agree.
Why did he say yes to signing it?
I think he was a little afraid. All those nobles were wanted to kill him like my husband, and he finally realized he just had to do it.
Alright, thank you for your time, ma'am. Coming up next, we have an interview with Margaret, the expert witness.
Hi, this is Brett Higgins here for the all-new feather pen. This feather pen is perfect for the signing of the Magna Carta because it holds on to ink 2 times longer than the average feather pen. And if you call in the next 10 minutes, we'll double your offer. That means 2 feather pens for the price of 1.
Now we have Margaret, our expert witness on the Magna Carta.
Today we're here with Margaret Clark, a historian and an expert on a document called the Magna Carta. So what exactly is the Magna Carta?
The Magna Carta is a document or paper designed to limit the king's power and make him govern by written laws. It is a list of rights that originally applied to the barons that wrote the document, but was later changed to apply to any free man.
Why did King John sign the Magna Carta?
Well, he certainly didn't sign it willingly. His barons forced him to sign it after he demanded higher taxes from them without consulting the barons first, like he was supposed to. He had quite a reputation, and not in the best of ways. The barons convinced him to meet with them in a meadow in England called Runnymede, and met him there with knights and in full armor, just in case he needed to be convinced. King John never intended to follow the rules that the Magna Carta spelled out. He was only temporarily following them. He died a year later.
What exactly did the Magna Carta spell out for him?
Well, there was a total of about 63 demands that were included in the document. But some of the main things that changed were that the king had no right to seize or take lands from his subjects. The king couldn't collect taxes unless a group called the Great Council agreed. A person couldn't be held in prison indefinitely without a fair trial by jury, not by ordeal. Free men accused of crimes had the right to a fair trial by their peers or equals. The church had the right to appoint its bishops without interference from the king, and a group of 25 noblemen would be chosen by a nobility and given the right to make sure that the king follows the rules. As I said before, there are quite a few more things listed in the document, but these are just a few of the important ones. Besides governing the rights and limitations of kings, barons, and freemen, Magna Carta also dealt with common issues that appeared frequently in medieval life, such as the rights of widows and orphans and how to deal with situations concerning them.
Now that I know what exactly Magna Carta is, could you tell me why it is so famous and important?
Certainly. It's quite famous because it demonstrated that the power of a king could be limited by a written statement. Also, it was considered the founding document of the English Bill of Rights, a document similar to the Magna Carta. Therefore, also the founding document of the American Bill of Rights.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well, I'd love to hear more, but unfortunately we're running out of time. Thanks for taking some time to come here, and we'd love to have you back sometime, Margaret.
Thanks for having me. I'll definitely see to it that I come again. It was quite a pleasure being here.
It was quite a pleasure having you. Well, folks, there it is. You have it. All you need to know about the Magna Carta is right here.
Thanks, Margaret. Lastly, the interview. The moment we have all been waiting for. We have 3 interviews to show you. King John, Henry III, and Henry II. First, we will show Henry II's. It is an honor to have you here, King Henry II.
Thank you for having me.
So, King Henry, what was it like to grow up in a noble family?
I was not born into a noble family. I was born into royalty. My mother Matilda is the daughter of King Henry I, who is my grandfather, and my father is Geoffrey of Anjou.
It must have been awful when your parents died. May I ask how they died and what they left you when they passed away?
It was very hard for me at first, but they lived a full and great life. They were very loving and gave me all of their property because I was the eldest son, and my mother's favorite child out of 2 other older brothers I had.
Well, I'm glad they lived a good life. So, how much land do you currently own, and how much was given to you?
Once my parents had passed away and I married my beautiful love, Eleanor of Aquitaine, I owned more land in France than the French king.
Wow, that must be a lot of land. How did you become king anyways?
Once my grandfather, King Henry I, passed away, King Stephen, who is my uncle, and King Henry I, his nephew, took the throne. But when I was 21 in 1154, King Stephen died and I became the rightful king.
What did you first do when you became king?
Well, the first big thing I did was make the Constitution of Clarendon. This made me lots of enemies.
What kind of enemies, and how did the Constitution make them go against you?
It made me lots of enemies in the church because this Constitution was about the traditional rights of the kings. So in the Constitution, it stated that the clergy that were accused of a serious crime would be tried in royal court instead of a church court.
And I assume this made the church very mad?
Yes, my friend Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and I got into a big disagreement over this topic. So a few of my knights decided to take matters into their own hands, and they killed my friend. I was very angry at them, but I was even sadder over the loss of my friend.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Did the Constitution fall apart once that happened?
No, most of the laws they placed in the Constitution held strong, and everyone followed them.
What happened after the death of your friend, Thomas Becket?
Well, at this point, my own kids turned on me because they were mad at me about the Archbishop, along with a few other things, and they got some of my own barons to side with them. But my loving wife stayed on my side.
Oh, wow. Did you guys go to an all-out war?
There was a few scrimmages, but no real big fight broke out. Me and my sons trying to figure out a more peaceful solution.
Ah, so it all worked out at the end.
Yes, but tensions still remain between me and my barons that joined up with my sons in the rebellion.
Now here's King John.
Hello, everyone. Here with me, we have King John of England in his castle.
Hello, thank you for having me on your show.
No problem. So, what happened to your brother, King Richard, when he went off to the Third Crusade?
Well, since you couldn't be the governor of England, he left me in charge, but the people thought I was a disaster. My reputation will always be that I am a bad and horrible person and not a good leader. Because in 1185, my father sent me to rule Ireland there for a little while, and I was sent back within 6 months. Everyone proved that I was a disaster, and that is why I was sent home.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good. I heard a couple of years ago, around 1192, that you tried to seize the crown from your brother. And if that is true, how did you do it?
Actually, yes, I did try to seize the crown from my brother, King Richard. I did it when he got imprisoned by Duke Leopold of Austria on his way back from the Third Crusade. When I tried to do it, I failed and didn't get the crown.
Wow, was King Richard mad when he found out you tried to do that?
Yes, of course, for a little while, but eventually he forgave me. I was really happy he did. I didn't really think about it when I was doing it.
Oh, that was really nice of him to do that. Is it true that you put people who didn't commit any crimes in jail, and that you would go and steal their property?
Yes, I am very mean to people. I put innocent people in jail so that I could steal their belongings. Apparently it is wrong to do this, but I don't know why. One of the famous times I did this was I put a poor boy in jail just so I could steal his horse.
You don't think that you are being rude, unfair, and mean to people who don't deserve it?
I am a king, and I'm supposed to be a leader for the lower classes. I would never do anything that I thought was mean, rude, or unfair. The king is supposed to be the best behaved.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you for sharing your time with me.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Finally, here's Henry III. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, our interview with King Henry III.
Thank you for having me. You must be so happy I came to this interview.
Yes, it is one of the greatest honors of my journalism career.
I am sure of that.
You've been king for a while now. What would you say is your greatest accomplishment?
Well, I've had so many accomplishments, but the greatest I have had, and probably any other king in the history of the world has had, is the creation of Parliament.
Wow, what a bold statement. Why would you say that?
Well, my father signed the Magna Carta in order to unite our country, and I started a meeting with a man from every district to discuss important matters like if there is not enough bread to feed every peasant, or what we now call Parliament.
Some say you're forced to call the first meeting of Parliament.
I would never do anything by being told what to do by others. I did it for the reasoning of my father. The noblemen have no control over me. I did it for my father to succeed his reasoning.
Speaking of your father, it is sad that your father died at such a young age.
It was sad to see him go, but the stress he went under by the nobles caused him to die. So days later, at age 9, I became king, so that his thoughts could live on forever.
That is powerful to say. Do you think you have made it clear to the people of England?
I think it is very clear. I've made Parliament to solve problems that make England a place where every peasant gets a piece of bread and a roof above their head, a nice land to live.
Some people criticize you by saying that you have given your son too many gifts and have spoiled him. You also have made friends with other people from other countries, and you're not dedicated to your people the way other kings have been.
I disagree. I am fully committed to England. I only love my son. That is why I give him great things. I love the people of England. That is why I have given them Parliament. If I didn't love them, I would have given them nothing at all.
Well, I think that may have changed some opinions. I want to say it was great to meet you, King Henry.
Yes, I did think you would enjoy the time we had here today.
Thank you. As always, guys, have a good night and a nice morrow.
Thank you for watching the show. See you tomorrow night at 10 on WKRZ.
Hi, I'm Ricky Patel here at Running Mate, where King John has recently signed the Magna Carta. Let me show you a tour. Over there is where we signed the Magna Carta. And over here is where all the armies laid while King John was forced to sign the Magna Carta.
Look at this glorious stump. Look at it, just zoom in. It's so beautiful. This is so similar to the one King John signed the Magna Carta on. It's so great. You should buy one now. They're so great for so many uses.
And it's even fun to jump on.